We know that Pavel has some straight position in some things. I think he will stay half of a year or a year in jail. Someone lose $68 million. We're supposed to find the win-win strategy for both of sides. All them have some log files. Every company who said we will give you 100% that we will retrieve your money, it's a scam.
Hello guys, it's a big pleasure to be here together with Andrei, whom I know for several years already, and he specialized in crypto scams investigations. And I already know some of his cases. Today we are going to discuss his job, what he's concentrated on right now, and how did he come to crypto. So it is going to be my first question. What made you to come into crypto space?
I made to be a former police officer, and I did my regular job in police, and my previous boss showed me the chain analysis, and that was my first day and first step when I was very excited about what I seeing and what possibilities and which things it could bring to your investigations or to your cases. And from that day I started to find around crypto, about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, because at that time not too much cryptocurrencies, because it was 2016 year, and that's it.
Nice. What is the name of your company, and what are you concentrated on right now?
Name of my company is Match Systems, and we're concentrated on cryptocurrency investigations, fiat forensics, and corporate investigations related with any scams, financial frauds, and background checks and different other stuff related with if someone or company or the person, legal entity, or maybe the government want to know something more about any situation or any kind of object.
Yeah. Before you came into crypto, you worked in traditional sphere. Like my first career and my first business was in crypto already. That's why I don't know this stuff. It's quite interesting. What is the difference from your point of view in investigation of normal scams and crypto scams? What is more difficult to investigate, or what is the difference in general?
Difference in general that if you're investigating traditional scam, you need to face with fiat transactions, or with cash, or with gold, or with some different type of assets, which are very problematic to trace. Because if we try to compare cryptocurrency investigation and traditional forensic case, difference between them in the price first, and in how long time you need to investigate. For example, first crypto, any crypto case or any first opinion on the case, you could find in hours or sometimes in minutes. To find any point of view or any direction on which you could investigate traditional scam, you need to have some days or maybe weeks. And it costs, I think, it costs 10 times more than to investigate crypto, to investigate traditional scams or traditional case, because cases could be like commodity trading scam or any different other types. And you need to find the information behind the banks, behind the payment systems. But blockchain is transparent, and it's much more easier to investigate. Because, for example, when you produce some, for example, social engineering activity to find some information, and you find the bank account, how you could check, is it active or is it valuable? Okay, you could check IBAN in any application like Revolut, Wise, or any payment system, and it will show you, could you send the money to this account or not? But how you could check, is the bank account active, or how many money on it? In blockchain, you could check it immediately. In most of blockchains, if no, without private.
Yeah, if you don't speak about Monero, for instance.
But Monero is also traceable sometimes.
Okay.
But not by regular way, by irregular way.
Yeah, we don't give advice to any scammers right now, so it's not advertisement of crypto scams opportunities. So yeah, when bankers say that crypto is untraceable and you should trust us, we are more trustable than crypto space, crypto are for scammers, we don't have to trust bankers because they hide information. It's difficult to get information about the accounts, about the people, and in the blockchain space we can understand it much faster and easier, as I understood from your speech, right?
Problem that bankers sometimes might be to change some information in their system, or they might manipulate some information or some public media to hide something. I will not say about some banks, but we already saw some cases in public media about the big banks when they will ask, oh, where is money? Oh, our money in stocks. What's happening with stocks? Oh, minus 40%. Bank under liquidation. That's it. And in blockchain, for example, what happened with Doc 1 and the Terra?
Yeah.
You could find all information, all about all wallets, and analyze it, and present it in the court, and you can't falsificate it. You can't falsificate it. You can't change it, yeah. And you can't bring the wrong or false information. That's it. But if you receive any law enforcement agency sending request to the bank or to any payment system like EMI, PSP, or etc., they could change the numbers or change the texts behind the system and send the false answer. And you can't, yes, you can check it. You could seize all their servers. You could investigate those evidence on the servers that some might be changed, but it gets a lot of information, not information, sorry, it gets a lot of time, a lot of time, and a lot of the problem, and biggest the problem, that banks based in some countries, and you might be you might follow the rules of those countries. This is very problematic.
Yeah, you know, it's 26th of August today, and just 2 days ago happened a crazy case, like everyone knows about it. Pavel Durov, the founder of Telegram, was arrested in Paris just after coming on his private jet to this beautiful country. So what do you think about being a specialist in this kind of industry? So what's your opinion on this case? Like, and what is going to happen with him? Can you bet that he is going to be imprisoned or he's going to be free?
The problem of this type of case that I think it's mostly it's very politicized. It's very politicized case.
Yeah.
And as I see, next steps, for example, today, they are not completed, because no one say anything, because they still thinking, because what they did like all in bed. All in bed for what? Now we still don't know what about. But as we understand that they're trying to fight with some things, but we already can't find the official opinion on that or official position. As I see, he might have some consultancy group or consultancy team who will give him an advisors. Yes, we know that Pavel has some straight position in some things, like compliance or regarding some position of sharing information with law enforcement. But if you now trying to open the Telegram wallet from any sanctioned jurisdiction, you could try. You can't, because it will show you that the services are unavailable in this country.
Yeah, and KYC is required.
In some countries, without you can't fill the KYC.
Okay.
The access is disabled in some sanctioned countries. That we already know that they following some rules, but which rules he passed or goes or already go against, that he sized. This is the question. I think he will stay half of a year or a year in jail. Because if the government will show that they could release him too fast, they will show that they don't have any power. Because what they did is very clever did arrest. Very clear process. Okay, not very clear by maybe some kind of laws, but in the process they did it very good. And there is no reason to them to release him as fast as they can, because it will show that everyone could go into the French jail and go out from it immediately, because everyone changed the logos in their telegrams, and I think French parliament or president very scared about that. I don't think so.
But don't you think like they can pressure on him and he just gives some keys, or I don't know, like information about cases which make interest for French police? Like for sure they have some, I don't know, allegations, or they know some groups of terrorists and they want to control them. If Durov gives them access or information about it, then he can go away.
From my opinion, terrorism problem is very good position to do some things around it with and to cover all the things you're doing. That's we fighting with terrorism. I have some experience in law enforcement, and I can say that 80 or 50% of terrorists chatting in Telegram, no, or chatting in WhatsApp or in Viber. They're using so different kinds of messaging opportunities, like online games or different messengers, or they talking face to face, different types, different ways, not only in Telegram.
Yeah.
But problem is that I think he might know that something could happen with him. Could happen with him.
Yeah. For sure. You know, we made interview recently with Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, and he came for the interview without any bodyguards, like fully unprotected. For example, CZ, who is in prison right now, he gave interview. There were 2 bodyguards during the interview with him.
Pavel had 1.
Not enough, so he should hire more. So my question is, like, do you think it's dangerous for other founders of big blockchain ecosystems or layer 1 or layer 2 blockchains, maybe not just SEC is looking after them, but some local police organizations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, because you can't follow and you can't trace anyone's mind, what they have in their mind, what they want or what they can try to do to find the information regarding any case.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't ask him about 1 or 2 cases. We don't know, but those cases are very important to France, and they didn't have a chance to ask him because they maybe tried, or maybe they see that this way is better way to ask, and to show that they could ask like that, to show all other projects, companies that you might follow our rules and don't try to go against us. Maybe, but actually, I think, let's see.
Let's see what will happen. Anyway, I hope he'll be free soon. We need him to develop our blockchain industry. I hope he's going to be liberated. Yeah, it's quite interesting to know, what is the most typical case you are working on? Like, who is your client? So what should happen with the person who comes to, to use your service?
Most of our clients are businesses, and because there are no way to help the clients who lose their money by investment scams. Like I send to any forex platform $10,000, I need them back. You could go to any police station and try to ask them what is the blockchain and how to investigate the crypto. I think they still doesn't know how to do that, and there is no way. But if, for example, we investigated the CoinSpade hack, so and it's much easier to collaborate with on some cases with the companies, with legal entities, because they have much more interest to investigate and to find the money, and to not from the persons, because when you try to work with like, okay, not the regular people, but if you're trying to work with regular investors, sometimes for them much easier to cut this debt and forget about that, and going to raise or find ways how to grow their capital, not to spend money. But companies, they have a board, they have investors, they have some kind of points when they must investigate what really happened. But in most of situations, it was the insider's job. In most cities, not in all, but not at all, but in most of situations.
So usually it's like there was some crypto on accounts of a company, and then it's withdrawn somewhere, or
Immediately.
so you investigate this kind of cases, right?
Yes, we're investigating all. We investigating all these situations, not only the crypto, and we're supposed to investigate, because if you're trying to investigate only the crypto way, okay, it's also possible, but better to investigate all these cases on the parallel ways with police, because you give them second opinion, and sometimes we asking our colleagues from the market, like, okay, we name them colleagues, maybe they named as competitors, but we asking them what they're thinking about the addresses, or what they're thinking about the polygraphist report, because also very good advice is to use the polygraphist in your company. It could cover from 60 to 70% of the risk. Really, because when you find the good way to hire or to know the good polygraphist, and you have a schedule when you interviewing all people or employers who has some critical infrastructure, or some access to critical infrastructure in your company, you could cover a lot of risks, maybe, like I told, from 60 to 70%.
So it's good advice from you to some crypto companies.
I think it's one of the best advice and cheapest. Because yes, you could find very good HR specialist. You can find, I don't know, maybe to hire some people from detective agencies to spy on your employers. But for what you need to spy on them, if you could hire the polygraphist, who will interview them, who will know, who will have a schedule, and he will see how it changed, mind changed, tasks, opinions on some things in company, and he will say maybe this guy could be risky because he took some credits, or he playing in casino, or in doing some bets on the sport.
Or he is doing meme coin trading, for instance.
On Dexes.
Yeah, very risky stuff.
Yes, and if you will try to cover it, it's the cheapest way. Not to, yes, you could hire the good specialists from cybersecurity companies, from every company you want, but best advice is polygraphist.
I see. Very interesting. You know, from my point of view, being like a kind of crypto influencer, I would say I'm always anxious about my securities and about my crypto. Like, how should I like hold it? What should be my custody, for instance? I'm very anxious about the security always. So what would you advise me? For instance, I'm robbed, like I lost my crypto. What should I do? And I think like most part of our listeners and viewers, they are just ordinary crypto people. And if something happens with them, like we should give them advice. Where they go, what they do, and what happens next. What's your prediction?
First step which you could follow if something happened, suppose not to happen, but if it is, yes, you need to report. If you will try, you could ask, for example, our company or any other competitors on the market to report to all the major exchangers, all analytic tools, explorers, and to police about what happened. Because first, it will close maybe 70% of the ways to the bad guys to launder your money through exchangers, to the sometimes maybe to the bridges, or because we have some like crypto security community chats where we're exchanging information about the addresses, about the transactions, about the nicknames and other stuff. And by this cooperation, we helping each other and community to handle those type of risks, because there are no risks to any exchange to receive this crypto, to be clear. There are no any official legal punishment or fines. Actually, maybe yes, in the United States I think it could be, in United Kingdom could be, and in other some strict regulated countries or jurisdictions. But now you need to report as much as you can. And this is it's like a very cheap advice. And because, for example, in our company we are not charging too much for that service, but we have a very huge report list with right emails, with right contacts, to let them know about that maybe stolen crypto possible to go to you, to your exchange or any service. And this is the first what you must to do. And second advice, to use the separate devices to store your crypto. Right. Because if you're using the same device for big amounts, it could be hacked. Also, iPhones too. It depends on how much money, how much crypto you store there.
So someone can know how much do you hold?
Can know, yes.
So it could be some spying apps in your phone?
It could be some very good social engineering on some meetups.
All right.
With you. Yes.
Yeah, also I'm in danger then.
And also is, for example, for public payments, it's pretty good to use centralized exchangers, because no one could see how much or how many money on your account.
It's very interesting to know about your last cases, like your most interesting cases and successful investigations. What, if of course, if you can share it with us, because I'm sure you cannot, tell too much.
I can't tell the names,
Yeah.
but all cases which you could find in public media, you could find. But most of interesting cases, we're finishing fast, like maybe 1 week, 1 month, and it could be like $6-8 million when we retrieved successfully, and we retrieved it in 8 days. Some people talking that it's not real. Guys, you could check the blockchain, actually, and it's not a joke. Someone lose $68 million on wrapped BTC, and you could find a lot of articles, because there are a lot of monitoring tools which trying to find any irregular transfers in blockchain. And also, yes, they received alert that very big amount transferred from the wallet, and we found a way and de-anonymized the guy who stole this money, and we did some negotiation in online chat with him, yes, and in Telegram. And we asked that we're supposed to find the win-win strategy for both of sides, for the victim, for you, and for us. Like, obviously, yes. And it wasn't very successful case, by the way, if we're talking about the income for us, but it was very good case to know how to do the negotiation, because the guy who stole, he received the bug bounty, and he received the like official message that no one will go against him. And when he slept 2 nights with this idea, he's supposed to transfer the funds by the parts. And he did it.
Great.
It costs 8 days, and I think is the better way when you communicating with the people, not with the companies, because every company like exchanger or who emitting stable coins, they could change their rules, they could change everything, the ways how they retrieve this money, why they send, which documents you need, and day by day they changing, and it costs a lot of time, a lot of money, because for example, when they said, okay, you need this translation, you need to find this stamp, you need to find this signature, you need to send these documents through the financial intelligence unit, through Interpol, and blah, 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 blah. A lot of the questions. But directly, if you find the guy who stole the money, you're asking him, we know your personality, we know all your data, let's talk. Or you will have a chance to meet some policemen and free excursion to the jail where you're based on, because
Absolutely free.
most dangerous way for them, for example, is to steal some money from the United States investors, or from someone from state's jurisdiction, because it's supposed they could meet in jail too fast.
Yeah, I see this situation this way, like if you have this information, like the identity of the person who stole the money, it's easier to pressure on him and process the cashback, I would say. But if you don't know the person, how can you identify him if he stay anonymous? Is it difficult? Or there are some tools?
The main tool that we have all services which you are using regarding with your crypto address, all them have some log files. All of them. If someone says that we don't have any log files, no, they have. And if they say no, they are liars. Because we have more than 15 developers in our company. And I know from 2017 year how to develop some crypto systems like wallets or any services based on crypto. And I know that you need this data to operate on the back end. And without this data, it could be, but if someone very important or very powerful guy will ask you from any government, I think you're supposed to answer him for questions or for his official request.
Yeah, of course.
And you need to find the ways, or you could maybe also found the friends in Le Bourget Airport.
Le Bourget Airport. Yeah, it's quite interesting. What do you think about the jurisdictions? Like, for instance, in staying in Europe, I feel unsafe sometimes. And what is the best place if you are doing crypto business? If you're scammed, like where you will be most probably, where you most probably will recover your funds?
In the States.
In the United States.
Yes.
And what about United Arab Emirates? Like many guys saying like it's the best location for crypto, the safest one.
Let them go.
Okay.
I can't say anything on this question, but I think sometimes things might be changed, but not today. It's a very good jurisdiction, but sometimes you need to find the ways you could incorporate your company there. Now, as I know, this is not an advice or maybe tip for companies. They will become much more transparent to open the bank accounts from, I think, September or October for crypto companies. But this fact is not the fact that they have a lot of crypto crimes in this region. But in any country is a very big problem, the crypto cases. It's like any investment scams, a lot. And it's a very big problem to investigate them. No, to investigate investigation process is not the problem. Problem is to find the result. Yeah. Because our business based on the result. You have two types of result. You have retrieved money. Okay, not three types of result. You have the retrieved money. You have the fact that money couldn't be retrieved anymore, or you have some kind of report which with it you could go to any court, to police station, and work with your lawyers, and we will give them an advice how to better work on it.
Do you have some statistics, like maybe there is a rate, like percentage rate, 50% chance that you will recover and return your money if you are in Europe, like 70% chance in the United States, 30% chance in UAE, or there is no stats like this?
It's good and bad question at the same time, because every time is a chance, every time, in every case. Yeah. But it based on the chance with which guy you will meet in police station, in prosecutor office, or in the court, or in any other place. And because, for example, we had one case in Serbia where we said, we will give you a report for free, for some reason, yes, it could be, and let you go to this address. Maybe in this police station they will try to help you. But they said, no, we can't help you, please go to the prosecutor office, this address. And they start helping him without any lawyer on the play, with him. He feel the comply on the situation, but there is a WASP, okay, it's not an official regulated WASP, but some crypto service which doesn't answer on the request. But and they were very scared and block all the people who texting them about this transaction in support chat. But that's the case. He didn't pay anything, not to us. Yes, we asked him and signed some agreement that he will pay success fee for us because we give them a report for free.
Yeah.
Because we're interested in this case for some reason, and they help him immediately.
Yeah.
It was Saturday. It was not a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, it was the weekend, and they start helping him immediately.
I see. Very
That's the case.
situation.
Because the problem is on the small cases, some cases could be related to big cases, and sometimes it's a chance to connect the small case to the big case. Worst ways to stay and do nothing, I think. It's and it might be based on the percentage in your head, in your brain. And you must understand, if you, for example, if someone loses $1 million, is no way to spend $1 million to recover $1 million. It's supposed maybe to try, because every company who said you, we will give you 100% that we will retrieve your money, it's a scam.
Of course, yeah.
If you now have a zero on your wallet, how you could make it back immediately? It's impossible. Life doesn't work like that.
Of course.
And you may buy a chance to retrieve your money, and there is no any guarantee that it will be retrieved. And everyone must understand it, because it's a chance. Also, there is no guarantee if you marked the transaction like stolen funds in chain analysis, Crystal, Elliptic, Ethereum, everyone, that exchange will stop it. No way. No way. And they may be stopped or may not.
You know, there was a very strange situation when my friend received stolen money from KuCoin. Can you imagine? He used KuCoin crypto exchange. He took his money from his account to his DEX wallet. And then he went to OTC dealer to sell USDT. And OTC dealer said, like, you have stolen crypto. But he knew that he took this crypto from KuCoin. So how could it be possible? It was so strange.
It could be very easy. Name for this situation is when someone marked the wallet for some his reasons, and maybe he specially marked KuCoin wallet like stolen funds or something like that, or maybe its name of the situation is false positive. Maybe it could be some wrong thing in the algorithm of crypto analysis tool. It's supposed to be like that, or OTC exchanger trying to cheat on him.
No, I checked it myself. It was really scammed transaction, like scam money.
All funds which are going from hot wallet of exchange must be marked like the money from this exchange. Yes, we have now by regulation in Europe, MiCA, I think you know, Regulation Act, and they supposed to use travel rule in crypto exchangers to mark, for example, you send to me some transaction from exchange, and they will add some information inside this transaction that to mark it that you send it to me from hot wallet. And this might be, but not this case, I think.
Very interesting. Is it difficult to make this analytics tool to mark this money as scam money?
You need to have some proofs.
Like police report, right?
Better, yes, but we're supposed to mark based on some like actual evidence. If you have some guy for whom you trust, you have some screenshots, you have some screensavers, or some other cases related to these wallets, you could mark it. Because every time we will not mark if we don't have too much evidence that we need. That's why, because we don't want to people to be in situations like you explained, which happened with your friend.
Yeah. You know, very interesting to know the minimal amount. Like you have maybe there is a situation when there is no purpose to even start the investigation process. What is like the minimal entry point you would start to investigate case?
To investigate and
Yeah.
to support investigation, I think it's 250K.
Yeah.
In
If it's less,
US dollars.
there is no reason to start.
Sometimes it's a reason, but there are like chances, because some people have some resources which could be helpful, and I told you that in some cases it may be you could chat in Telegram or in any other messenger and explain what happened. And sometimes people, they trying to help, they said, no, we're not the scammers, we received that money from him. I said, okay, let us talk with him. And sometimes we could reverse all this process, sometimes. But to have any report on your hands, you could order it from any amount. Because sometimes...
What is the price?
Regular price for regular report is $3,000. But if you said that Alex give you my contact, it will be 1,500.
Okay. Good discount, thank you.
Yes.
Our subscribers will appreciate.
Because but the biggest problem is how this report will be used. Yeah. Yes, because there is no way to base on the one report. You need to be in communication, because you find an IP address. After you find that, you not only need to freeze the funds, you need to explain all this evidence in the court and to prosecutor office, to investigator's office, and you need to educate all these people at the same time. Because, for example, cyber police in Turkey, very well educated. They are very big professionals in those type of crimes, and they're investigating it very well. And because they have laws and they have good expertise on it, for example. But it's very hard to try and it's very hard to find a way how to ask them to investigate your case.
I see. You know, I listened to your interviews in Russian language. You gave many of them. And you spoke about some funny cases, like wife stole money from a husband.
A lot.
Yeah. Can you tell some of these stories, if you can, of course?
One of the first, without names, I could talk about.
Yeah, no names for sure.
One guy offered me to try to investigate some transactions. It was one of the first cases. And we found that his son stole his money when this guy was in hospital. And he said, let me stop the investigation. That's the case. And second like that, when the second wife of the man, when he was in jail, stole all his crypto. He was one of the first Russian big exchanger in Moscow. I suppose to. I don't remember, but we found an evidence that she stole this money because she left some information, and the police were very surprised.
But usually it happens that the person who stole money, they cash out stupidly, right? So they make mistakes and then you can find it out.
In 90%.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but...
So maybe they just don't know how to cash out.
One the case I had that the best friend of the man until the party stole his crypto from the computer. Best friend.
Crazy.
And I told that the case only could be like you could ask him to go to the polygraphist with you and to answer for some questions, and case could be solved without any reports or without any police police involvement and actions. Because I told you in some countries you can't stop police investigation on regarding you sign that you have no
no accusations.
Yes, that you have no accusations to your opponent. In some countries it's impossible to stop or to cut the fine or to cut any punishment after it. It's impossible, and that's the problem. That's people could talk, and it's the best way to negotiate all the things.
Yeah. And what is like the most common type of scam? For instance, in Spain and Barcelona, it could be like a guy with a knife comes.
It's not a scam; it's a robbery.
Okay, so you don't work with this kind of robberies. So you are concentrated on.
No, it's not. It's not. We could work with any type of case. Also, if someone, like you explained, someone stole the watches on the Ibiza.
Yeah.
It's the regular crime on Ibiza.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Of course.
We could investigate because it's possibly involved some people with whom you talked before about you have some plan to go, or who saw you with these watches or in this with your friends, and this case without crypto could be also investigated. But as I said before, it costs much more because you don't need to open your laptop. You need to find the way how to ask the people on the street or from the shop, from the club, from the restaurant. You need to find the connections like on the ground.
Yeah.
And it costs much more. But for some people, I know the case where the guy lose 8 million pounds until very long investments come, and he pay more than $2 million for lawyers, and after 3 years they close a very big gang in Europe with police, of course, and he retrieved some money, but it costs him more than years. But he had a target and he wants to finish this deal, and he finished it. But there is no way, if you lose the money immediately, to retrieve it. Okay, sometimes it could be, but in most of times in real asset world, asset retrieving costs years, and it starts from 2 years. And
very long process, and you
Yes.
should be focused on it. Like you should want to punish this.
yes,
Shitty
of
people.
course, not only to say, shut up and take my money and let's punish. No, it doesn't work like that.
Very close involvement.
Yes, and every time victim must be involved. Victim must, because, for example, the best exam to any victim, I asked, please fill the points from the checklist. and save it into the PDF. You know what? Maybe 40% can't do that. It's for free. To open your laptop, to open, I don't know, notes or any, and fill the points like how it happened, which emails or accounts involved, phones, transactions. Press save as it's not possible for many people. I don't know why. For me, there is no way to work with the people who wants only to say, oh, let's do that. Yes, pay five times more, and we will do that for you. But if you don't want to be involved, like maybe it hears like little bit strange, but world energy, it couldn't work like that. If you said
Yeah.
no,
I know what you mean.
you need to be involved.
Yeah, you know, there was a situation with me when some scam occurred, and I went to police office, and they simply refused to take any information with, you know, about this case. So they were not interested to take any notes to start investigation. So what should we do in this kind of situation? Like, what is the solution?
Now I have a case in one big country, very well regulated. But we spoke with some our contacts, and they first what they said, which chances on this case? And we said less than 50. Said we don't want to break our statistics to open a case without any success. And also amount for them is very small. It's like 300,000 K, 300K, but for them it's too small, because as a regular way in each country there are only from 2 maybe to 10 people for the regular, not big country, people in law enforcement or any government structures who knows how to work on crypto cases, and there is very limited resource for them.
Yeah.
In every country, yes, and I suppose for example in States it's much more, but it's a very big country, like in China, maybe in Russia and other very big countries with big population, but it's a problem.
So, as we discussed, sometimes banks hide some information. So, in general, can we say like it's easier to retrieve money from crypto scams than from any scam in normal business?
It's easy to trace,
Yeah.
in first, and it's easier to find the guy on whom it ends or exchanged to, okay, let's name that real good, but for us as crypto is also real good one, but in real assets, I mean in money, in real estate, in the cars, in the gold, okay, that's the way. But if someone stole the money and put it somewhere in the cash, how you could find it? Yes, you could find it, but it will take much more time, because to trace the crypto it costs not too much real. To trace now, everyone could do it by open explorers, to be clear. Yes, sometimes there are some things, some attribution on the wallets and other stuff could be very useful, but I think that we might have to think about how to help in traditional spheres to fix those type of problems, because there are a lot of like non-payment scams in commodity trading, in some about investment scam we could talk all night, and I think it's there are a lot of scams, and for example, if someone withdraw money from personal account to company, which registered on nominee, and from this company someone send the money to some other's nominee company and exchange it to crypto. How you could find the crypto address? You need to find the guy who is alive to ask him, and only this way will cost you $30,000 euros. Only this way to find the guy to ask him, but he could be also nominee, and or he could be people. Or maybe you couldn't find him.
Yeah. Or he could be penguin, for instance. Penguin.
Yes, could be. And but this part of investigation, of corporate investigations, is very profitable, to be clear, but it's very slow every time and very expensive.
You know, you investigated so many difficult cases. Is it dangerous for you to run this business, to be CEO of this company?
I suppose to answer like Kanye West. Everyone supposed to know, but I guess we'll never know. But from my position, no one will think that it's dangerous to run a Telegram. And but you bring some goods for so many people, for millions, and but now you cross the lines through the one government, which have some power, and they release it. And in every business, you have a balance of the loss and winnings. Losses and winnings and earnings, or but sometimes you can't see it, and you see, oh, it's very safety business to sell the, I don't know, to sell the TVs, but maybe you could find a crazy competitor who will burn on all your storages with all TVs you buy to sell. And this is also the risk, because you may take a credit from the bank and now you can pay it and you can't give them back the TVs, and this is also the risk. And this is also our job, to show the client potential risks in his business.
Yeah, you know, there is a common opinion, like if you stay in United Arab Emirates, in Dubai, for instance, they will not release you to United States or any other country. So Dubai is considered to be like a safe haven for some scammers.
From someone's job.
Yeah. So do you think it's like it's bullshit? Like it's not.
Joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
It's joke. It depends on who asking and for what. Many things, if they're related with some dangerous things based on some political measures, could be released very silent in any country. And for some reasons, yes, it's difficult. All extradition process is difficult. I worked on this direction in police for 1 year, and I know, yes, it's not an easier. And sometimes maybe the postman skip a day and order expired, and in any country seized bad guy, they could release him from the jail, but postman sick or something and didn't deliver the papers from country which asking him to, which wants to see him in and judge.
Yeah. Considering extradition.
Based on the situation every time.
Yeah, it was funny situation that right now some influencers are speaking about the citizenship of Pavel Durov, who is French citizen. Nobody knew about it. So now he is persecuted in France like a normal citizen and cannot be extradited somewhere. But do you think it's like some people are eager to get some good passports like European passport and think that it's safer for them to stay with this European citizenship? Does it give any advantage or it doesn't work? Case of Durov doesn't show this. It's better.
On every if you find some way to have some privilege by any citizenship, you have some responsibility on it to pay the taxes, to know the rules, to know the laws and all other stuff, and to think critically on it. That's the first way. Yes, when you become a citizen of any new country, you must know the rules. You must, or you see what could be what could happen. Also, your lawyers must know all your risks. And as I know, Pavel received this passport from very special procedure, which used only with very famous people. And now they also released the way with for very special people and very famous people. you see the point that you could for example, if you said, okay, that's my dream to be an United States citizen and to pay the taxes around the world. It's also the way, but you must know that you have very good passport, depends on, okay, but you must follow the rules. And if you forgot about the rules, it's not the way to say, oh, sorry. Yes, it's the way for example, in Switzerland, if you forgot to pay the taxes, one time, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but one time per life or one time per year, you could forget about to pay the taxes. Officially. And you could say, sorry, I will pay. And they said, maybe with fine, they said, oh no, it's maybe difficult for me to pay a fine. Okay, let you to pay without any fines now. But next time, we will charge you the full fine. It's also the way. Yeah. But it's unique law in some kind of unique country.
Yeah, Switzerland obviously is very unique, very special location.
Special, and also like a France. There are some advantages and disadvantages in these citizenships. In every citizenships you have it. You can't find the green light passport.
Generally, prisons are better in France than in Russia, for instance. So he's lucky, I would say.
Swiss better.
I've never tried, by the way.
You have another task. You have in Swiss law, you have an official chance to make to jailbreak. And they will not. I heard about that. But if we will based on what we heard about Swiss laws.
You mean like you can go home for some days and come back to prison?
No, they will catch you and put back, but will not do any. They will not top up your
sentence.
Yes, your sentence. Because you have a permission one time to try to do.
That's funny.
But I don't know how it works in real life. Yeah. It's on the paper. But with taxes, it works.
Cool. So it was very interesting discussion. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sure it's very useful information because scam can happen with anyone who is involved in crypto industry. Thanks to Andrei, we know more information about that, and we also know what to do if it happens. It's the most important. So now you are protected. I'm very happy to give you this information, and feel free to use it. And thank you, Andrei, for telling all of this to us.
Thank you for the invitation.
Big pleasure. Bye-bye.